Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's ElasticSpyder here for Brothers in Arms World of Warships, and today I'm in my Udaloi, and I'm playing along with two of my good friends, Coog and Puddin597. They are in their Baltimore and Iowa, respectively. Pretty standard Tier 9 matchmaking with a few Tier 8s and even a couple Tier 7 destroyers. And there is, of course, a Tier 9 carrier on each team, the Taiho. So it's going to be an interesting match. Nonetheless, definitely going to be somewhat difficult for me because of those tier 9 planes. You can always spot me, and I'm really not going to shoot many of them down. Maybe. But, anyway. So, we are playing on the map North, and we are going to push Objective Alpha, even though it looks like the enemy, or friendly battleship, I always say that. It looks like our friendly battleship is going to be pushing maybe away, maybe he'll come with us, but regardless, I'm using my amazing speed on the Udaloi to push up very, very quickly and try and get a good read on what is going on with the enemy team. But since we have a carrier to do that, I kind of rely on him for the spotting, while I still have to be careful because I do not want to get out of position where the tier 9 aircraft can come in and basically just cross drop me or bomb me, and I am already out of the fight. And it's really unfortunate that I would be out of the fight because I am a gunboat DD, so that is my main focus, is on my guns. I forgot to turn my A off there, but luckily for me, the planes didn't spot me, so I of course slow down because I know Coog is right there. He's got my AA for me, and of course the enemy. There we go again. The friendly carrier also has his fighters up. So I slowly get into position. I wait for this Benson to start to show himself. I do not want to get focused by those cruisers or even those battleships, so I kind of keep my distance. I get some good hits off. Of course, I'm using HE on a destroyer because AP will actually bounce on a destroyer from either another destroyer or even cruiser shells will bounce. I pop my smoke here just for the fact that I want to capture this objective. And a bit lucky there, I saw that the Benson had already torpedoed, so I know that it's okay for me to at least stay in my smoke. But I still do have to be cautious. I know that their Benson is here. On the minimap, another destroyer is at B, and then another one of their destroyers was spotted at C, so there's still one destroyer possibly lurking around, so I do have to be careful. But I do get the solo cap, and I remember Puddin telling me here that once you get that cap, you need to get out. And I say, maybe you're right, maybe you're not. But I end up leaving. Probably could have sat in there, but regardless, I'm moving out. I did torp the Iowa. I didn't know if he was gonna continue pushing forward or not, but I did it anyway. So, as these ships are slowly going out of my gun range, I'm gonna have to start pushing farther and farther up. And so far, we've gotten our cap. That's all that really matters. I've done a decent amount of damage thus far, but most of that is fire damage, and it will be repairable. So we are slowly going to be pushing up here. Throughout the match, you're going to see me go back and smoke Puddin because he did take a pretty big hit early on. And so I'll be smoking him quite often. One thing I want to point out is on my Russian destroyers, I do like to run Demolition Expert and AFT so that I can just burn everything down. My tactic I usually use is once I get 2 fires going on a target, I like to switch to another target and try and set him on fire uh, around 2 times. Or if there's no other target, showing himself, then I'll switch to AP and actually hit the battleship's superstructure with armor piercing, which does do quite significant damage when they are giving you full broadside. If they don't give you broadside, then most of your shells will actually bounce or not penetrate, like you just saw there. I hit mostly on the hull of the ship, so the A won't be doing any damage. But if you aim just above the deck, you will usually get very good superstructure hits. And it's pretty easy to launch or hit these battleships with these Russian destroyers, just for the fact that their gun arcs are so good. They're nice and flat. Right here I do smoke Senor Puddin, because he's burning. He unfortunately will actually go out of my smoke, but he quickly moves back into it. So yeah, and then Kook will also probably get in there, because then he's probably going to be the focus target now. And he does not want to. He does not want to get focused. I am using. I'm shooting the Benson, because the sooner he dies, the better. He most likely will launch torpedoes, seeing that he didn't shoot, and there are his torpedoes. Hopefully someone can kill him. Yes, Koog did get him. So those torpedoes are looking like they are going to go past us without any harm. Putin is almost dead. He's around 2k HP. I'm sure he's got his heal back. So I am going to go spot for them, for my two battleships and my cruisers. So that's just one of my jobs. Also, it's kind of underrated in the Russian CV ranks, but it is still one of your jobs. You are still a destroyer, even though you are a larger destroyer with not very good concealment. You still need to spot, especially when you have your teammates smoked. So I realize that this Friedrich the Grosse is using secondaries or something. Yeah, I don't know if he's going full secondary build, but his secondaries are opening up, so I do turn away. So overall, our team has been doing a decent job of holding them off. We each have 2 caps, so that's good. Most of their fleet is over here by A. So in that respect, we are doing our job very, very well, holding up most of their fleet. And again, I'm just burning the Friedrich, or Freddy, as I know Puddin likes to call it. He he likes the simplicity of Freddy, so I might call it that from now on. But Freddy got 2 fires on him, so I switched to the Ibuki, just because he is a bigger threat at the moment. The Freddy is running away, he's burning, and the Ibuki is at full health. And Puddin also was screaming at me and Kook, "You need to shoot the Ibuki!" I'm like, okay. So I believe I do smoke them again here. I start with Koog. I tell him, "Koog, you can just start backing up." Pop my speed boost so I can get to Puddin a little bit faster. Kind of make my smoke screen that much bigger. And again, Puddin is going to be kind of sailing out of it. He gets a good hit on the Ibuki, or maybe that was Koog. Either way, he is hurting and almost dead. Oh, so close, so close. Come on, carrier, bomb him. Torpedo him. Okay, those torpedoes look pretty good. Yeah, he's definitely dead. So, that's one more enemy down. I'm up to 82,000. Can you believe it? 82,000 damage. I just can't believe it. It starts to rack up really, really quickly when you have multiple fires going on one target. And you can see 15 fires. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I really haven't done all that much damage with my high explosive or armor piercing shells. So while Putin is healing, I am going to spot, although all their battleships are out of my almost out of my spotting range, or they are currently concealed. So I'm gonna start pushing them. We look like we're gonna have a good advantage for this game. We're up by about 200 points. So realistically here, I might want to turn in and start heading more towards Bravo. But I elect to just kind of stick on this course, kind of make them, you know, shoot at me. If they want to shoot at me, they have to expose full broadside to Puddin and Coog. So that is just a completely tactical thing. And also, if I go towards B, then I will be putting myself in the line of fire for the Iowa and even Freddy here, which I do not want to do, also because I only have one smoke left. I do get a bit lucky there with 2 fires, but definitely it's something that you have to be mindful of all the time, is how many smokes you have, and especially when I have to take care of Puddin because he is on very low health. I do have to be mindful of my smokes. Again, switching AP, while you might have noticed that he used his damage control party, so I waited for a few salvos. I'm not exactly sure how long the Friedrich der Gross's damage control party is up, but I waited a few salvos. I know that it's less than the Americans, but I believe it's more than the Japanese, so I shoot a few salvos as AP. I was doing very good damage, approximately 1100 to upwards of, even 2000 you saw there. So just something to keep in mind, not to always just shoot HE while the target is using his damage control party. So I am, of course, shooting HE again. It should be something that you are used to in the Russian destroyers. I do set 1 fire on his aft end. This is, of course, good. I prefer getting fires on the aft ends of battleships, just for the fact that those are the hardest places to get fires going, the easiest being on the superstructure. So that is good. I do get Witherer there with another fire. That will mark my 20th fire, which is absolutely insane. Again, I see that the Bismarck, he used his damage control party, so I, of course, switched back to armor piercing. I will actually slow down here just to give my AA that much better of a chance while simultaneously turning away, so I'm not a threat to those planes, or those planes aren't a threat to me, sorry. But anyway, I of course have my AA on. I'm already spotted, so there's no reason not to have it on. I'm using my guns. Otherwise, if I'm not shooting my guns, if I want to cap, I always turn my anti-aircraft guns off. If you don't know how to, by default, you hit the P key, and you will, of course, turn your anti-aircraft off. And I believe your secondaries off as well. I'm not too sure on that, but you will turn your AA off. I pop my last smoke cloud here. I try and make a kind of a wall here for Puddin and Coog, mainly for Puddin though, just so he has some time to accelerate. It's always better than just a single smoke cloud or smoke bloom, just for the fact that you will take a lot more time to accelerate and there's less of a warning. So it's something to keep in mind. I've got 2 fires going on this guy, so I elect to use AP, just to get some more salvos off, some good salvos off. But he's definitely going to be burning to death. Now I switch to the Iowa. No sense in shooting at the Bismarck. Again, I have my AA on for the enemy, or there I go again. Here I go. You know, the White Snake song. Anyway, anyway, so again, switching to HE, trying to burn this guy down. 143,000 damage. And I did get 2 planes, so I'm very, very happy about that. Up to 23 fires, it's... wow. You really do burn things down. I pop my speed boost. I see that the enemy carrier is spotted, so I'm going to try and kill him. Because I have yet to get a kill. If you haven't noticed, I have yet to get a kill, so I'm gonna try and set this IO on fire, and then hopefully maybe torpedo this this carrier. I'd get Confederate right there. It's about time, honestly. This Kagero gets spotted. He's never running away from me, even with my speed boost off. He uses his widespread torps, and I'm going to dodge those all day. I elect to use widespread. I know some people don't like it, but I just did it. Just to give him, I guess, a harder time. I don't know. Probably should have stuck to close spread, but it's whatever. I've got this. I have way more HP than him. I have the superior gun power. I have the superior rate of fire, and I'm not able to get that kill either. But that will just about do it here. I forgot to get all the results, but I know I made a bunch of credits and a bunch of XP. I got a cap, so that's, as they like to say in the community, easy 1k base XP. And then along with that, I did 164,000 damage and high caliber. So I definitely did a lot of damage. A lot of credits were made from the making of this video. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video.